In this final video for this particular paper, course 0417 Information Technology, Summer 2017, question paper 3-1, I will show you how to answer the spreadsheet question. Tawara Web uses a spreadsheet to record the hours worked each week and calculate each employee's pay. All currency values are in dollars with 2 decimal places. That's very important to remember. Many students ignore this bit, as in the whole paragraph, and then wonder why they lost marks because their currency was in pounds. Please make sure you read every bit of the paper. Use the most efficient methods, and that's also very important, okay? Because having an extra long formula doesn't make it efficient. So, use the most efficient methods to create this spreadsheet. Open and examine the file 1731 emp.csv in a spreadsheet package. So I'm going to go to my folder, I'm going to go back a stage, go into my files, there it is, double click on it and open it. The first thing I recommend you do is click in the top left hand corner like this and just double click to get all the column widths the same size, the appropriate size should I say. Okay, and as you can see they've all resized automatically. So I've had a look at that. Okay, I can see there's some data in this spreadsheet. Okay, I've got some codes over here. Okay, I've got some job descriptions, I've got some pay rate code, possibly I need to have some I'm already thinking what I might have to do. I might have to have a named range, I might have to do a VLOOKUP, okay? But these are all the ideas that come into my head, but as I read the questions, it will make more sense to me in a moment. Save this file as a spreadsheet with the file name 1731 emp and your candidate number, for example, 1731 emp 999. Okay, let's do that first. I'm going to open the spreadsheet. We'll go to File, Save As. Okay, save it in the same folder that you're working in. Okay, but this time instead of a CSV, we're going to save it as Excel workbook. And on the end, I'm going to add my candidate number, which is 1234. Okay, and I'm going to click on Save. When I click on Save, you can see at the top that my file name has changed. Back to the question. It says place your name, center number and candidate number center aligned in the header of the page. So I'm going to go to Insert, Header and Footer, and it wants everything center aligned. So I'm in the center now and I'm going to do it in the same order they asked me to. So my name is Mr. AEC space center number is QA123 and my candidate number is 1234. Okay, click somewhere else on the page and then go to View and Normal to get you back to this view. Okay, you can't see the header now, but it's there because you just entered it. It says on the left in the footer, add the text last edited on, followed by today's date automatically, and the time automatically. Okay, so I'm going to go to Insert again, but this time I'm going to go to Header and Footer. Okay, and when it comes to this stage here, I'm going to say Footer. Okay, and I'm going to click on it to get to the footer. Sorry, go to Footer. Okay, when I go to Footer, I need to add last edited on, left in the footer. Okay, and then today's date and at the current time. So quite easily done. Click on the left. Okay, I need to add last edited on colon. Okay, and at the top in the design menu of the footer, I've got current date, space, current time. Okay, again click somewhere else and you can now see, look, let's edit on 18/04/2018 and the current time is 47 minutes past 10 o'clock p.m. Okay, so back to the question. I've done that, and that all should get you 2 marks. Again, I'm going to go to view and go to normal and leave it here and go to the top. Question 11. Merge cells A1 to G1. A1 all the way to G1 highlighted, right click and then merge cells. I can't see down here, it's okay, so I'm going to go to home, merge cells is up here, just merge cells. Okay, then it says format this merge cell so that the text is center aligned with a white 24-point sans serif font and it has a dark green background color. So I'm going to click on merge in center like so to get it in the center. The text color needs to be white. Okay, the background color needs to be dark green, so I'm going to go back here. I'm going to choose a similar kind of color I chose earlier, like so, and the text size has got to be 24 and a sans serif font. Remember, we only use, for sans serif, we only use Arial. Okay, I'm going to change that to 24. It looks a little bit like this. I'm going to go back to my sheet and I'm just going to press Ctrl and S to save my work. Next question. Use cells A5 to B14 to create a name range called JC. A5 to B14. So first I will locate those cells. A5 is there to B14 is there. All of that area there, and I need to rename this to JC. Now this can be done in 3 different ways. I can highlight it, right click and define name, and it brings me this menu, okay, which is perfectly correct. I can highlight it, go to the top left hand corner here and rename it from here. Or finally I can go to where's it gone? Go to formulas, go to name manager and new, okay, and it brings me to the same menu. The reason it's good to go back to this menu is if you need to make any changes, you can do so here. So don't forget, go to formulas, name manager, click on new, okay. The name is going to be JC, like so, and the area has already been selected. I just press OK, done. Now the question says take a screenshot evidence of the creation of this name range and place this in your evidence document, evidence 6. When providing evidence for a name range, okay, always give a picture of this window here. Now because this is the active window, if you press Alt and print screen on your keyboard and then go to your evidence document, to evidence 6, okay, Control V, it will only copy that window. So remember, Alt and print screen, okay, is a quick method of copying this kind of window. Back to the question. That's question 12 and all of this done. Okay, in cell D18 enter a function to look up the job description for this employee. So let me go to here in D18. So I'm just press OK for this because this is done now. Click on close. I need to add a job I need to enter a function here which will look up the job code from A18 and return the result from here. So this is a VLOOKUP. I will type in equals VLOOKUP, open brackets. My lookup value is A18, comma. My table array is JC, comma. Okay, my column index is 2, comma, and my result is going to be false because I want an exact match. Press enter. Okay, again, just maximize, just resize everything so it fits like this. Okay, and then just double click to drag it down. You can see that it all appears. Some of the codes don't fit, so double click again. Okay, and all the job descriptions have been entered. This is a different table array to normal papers, where the table array is usually stored in a separate file. I will press save to save my work there. That question is now done. In cell G18, enter a formula to calculate the pay for this employee. So let's locate G18. G18 is there. Let's make it a little bit bigger so we can see what's going to go in here. Okay, and it says this will look up the rate of pay from the pay rates table and multiply it by the number of hours worked. This formula must include absolute. Remember, absolute is when you lock it into place and it doesn't move. Okay, this is different to absolute path and relative path that we were referring to in the web authoring part of the package, part of the exam. Okay, in this particular instance, absolute range will lock it into a certain place, and relative references is when it will move down as you drag the formula down. So for example, if it's A1, it will go to A2, A3, A4, A5, A6. And we must not use a name range because we have created a name range which is called JC. Okay, so we need to do a lookup, another one. Okay, so I'm going to say equals VLOOKUP, open brackets. Okay, the first thing I need to look at is their pay code. This is my lookup value, comma. Okay, my table array is from D5, which is over here, D5, okay, all the way up to E8, because that is my table array for the pay rates, comma. Okay, it's going to be column 2 that I'm going to use to multiply it to. Okay, comma, I want false for an exact answer, close brackets, and then I'm going to multiply that by hours worked, which is F18, just there. So let me explain that formula to you one more time. Okay, it will use a VLOOKUP. C18 is my first relative reference, because when I drag it down, this will become C19, C20, C21, and so forth. This is my absolute cell reference, my table array, because I want this area locked. Therefore, I will go in between D and 5, press F4, and again I will press F4. I don't do anything to the rest of this formula. My second relative reference is F18, because it will multiply 10 by 10 and then by 25 and so on and so on. It will drag it down. I press enter. Okay, again double click in the bottom right hand corner or drag it down, and you can see all the formula works. Now this is currency. Okay, and remember we said at the start all currency must be in dollars to 2 decimal places. So to do that, I right click, I go to format cells. Okay, I go to currency, and currently it's showing pounds, so I'm going to change that to dollars. Okay, and this can be a little bit tricky to find. I'll just do US dollars. Keep going until you find the right one. And I don't mean USD, I want the actual dollar sign. I think I missed it at the top. Try that again. English dollar United States, there it is, okay, and to 2 decimal places. It gives you a sample there. Press OK, and all that currency has now been turned into dollars. Back to the question. So that's all of this done for 5 marks. It says replicate the formula from steps 13 to 14 for all employees. I did that automatically because it was common sense. In cell F60, enter a function. Remember, a function is a pre-made formula. Okay, for example, equals round up. But in this particular question, it's asking us to calculate the average. Therefore, we will use equals average. Calculate the average number of hours worked by the employees. Display this to the nearest whole number. So, what we're going to do is we're going to go to hours. We're going to go to the number of hours worked, and it's already been made for you. We're going to type in equals average. Select it from there, okay, and it's going to go from here. I'm just going to click and drag it down all the way up to here. Close the brackets, F18 to F58, press enter, and it gives me something like this, 22.390239. Now it wants it to the nearest whole number, okay, therefore the nearest whole number will be 22, and I can just click in there. I can go to home, and I can just reduce up to there like so, okay, and that works as well. That's perfectly fine. I'm going to leave it as that. Okay, next the question says in cell G61, enter a function to calculate the total weekly wage. Okay, so in order to do that, I'm simply going to go to the spreadsheet again, and the weekly total is going to be worked out in this cell because we're going to add up this column over here. We're going to equal sum, open brackets, okay, and again just click and drag it all the way down up to there, close the brackets, enter, and that should be 15,101. Okay, and then we go back to the question. Okay, so that's done as well. It says apply appropriate formatting to your spreadsheet. So what I will do is at the top here I've got all these headings, okay, and these are all headings, so I'm going to make them bold, okay, and I might make them underlined as well. Okay, again, these are all headings as well. I'm going to make them bold, and I'm going to underline them as well. Okay, what else can I do? I could stick this into a table if I wanted to, stick this into a table as well if I wanted to, just to make it look a little bit nicer, like that. Okay, and the next question says, okay, so that's the only formatting I'm doing. You can think of others. There's only 1 mark. I'm not going to spend too much time on that. It says save and print the spreadsheet showing the formula. Make sure it is in landscape orientation. It fits on a single page wide. The row and column headings are displayed. The contents of all cells are visible. So I'm simply going to, I'm not going to print obviously because you can't see me printing in the video, but I'm going to show you how it is done. So the first thing is to make it landscape. So I'm going to go to page layout, orientation, landscape. Okay, then it says fits on a single page wide. So I'm going to go to file, I'm going to go to print, I'm going to go to page setup, okay, and I'm going to say fit 1 page to 1 page. Okay, I'm going to change that page to A4 because that's what we're going to print on. Okay, 1 page wide, it means it goes across 1 page. Doesn't matter if it scrolls down onto another page. It's just 1 page wide. Okay, and that fits. Everything fits there. Okay, they want to see the formulas as well. Okay, so I've done this here. I've done this here. Okay, before I show the formulas, let me just do this bit here. The row and column headings are displayed. So print, go to page setup, and you've got these tabs at the top. Go to sheet and select row and column headings. Press OK, and you will see now that your view has changed. But we need to show the formulas. Okay, so we're going to go to Formula tab at the top. Okay, and we're going to select Show Formulas. When we do this, everything resizes a little bit. Again, click in the top left hand corner, just double click in between one of the cells, and it will resize all the cells for you. Go to File and Print. Make sure it all fits, it's all visible, you can see it, it looks fine there. So look at the question. Okay, so I've done that and I've done that. And then if you were in the real exam, you would save it by pressing the Save button. Okay, and then you would go File and Print, and then you would print that. But obviously, like I said, you can't see me printing, so I'm not going to print. Printout 1. Make sure that you have entered your name, center number and candidate name on your spreadsheet showing the formula. Okay, let me just go there. You can see my name at the top, my candidate number, and you can see at the bottom it is currently 2304. This was done at 2303. Okay, it's all there. So if I was in the real exam, I'll be good to go and print that now. So that's done as well. It says print the spreadsheet showing the values. Make sure it is in portrait. So this time I'm going to go back. I'm going to untick Show Formulas. Okay, so it turns out like that. And again, don't forget to resize everything so you can see it like so. Okay, because everything was a little bit squashed there, I couldn't see it. It should be portrait this time. So page layout, orientation, portrait. Fits on a single page. So again, I'm going to go to here, File, Print, Page Setup. Okay, fits on a single page. Okay, that's fine. Go back. Then it says the row and column headings are not displayed. So this time we're going to go there. We're going to go File, Print, Page Setup. Okay, go to Sheet, untick the row and column headings. You will see in the background in the preview that the column A, B, C, D and the row numbers at the bottoms will disappear like so. Okay, back to the question. It says we've done that. Contents of all cells are fully visible. Again, we just did that just now. That's done. And if I was printing, I would print it out like that. Question 21. It says hide rows 3 to 15 inclusive. That means included. So to hide the rows, all I'm going to do is just remind myself what it was. 3 to 15. So row 3 is there and row 15 is there. I highlight them like that. Right click, hide. And they disappear. Then it says hide rows 60 to 61. Row 60 to 61. Okay, that's these here. Right click and hide. Okay. Then it says extract only the employees where the job description includes developer and who work for more or less than their contracted hours. So when it says extract, it's actually asking you to filter. So what I will do is I'll go to the top, I'll click in these cells, I'll go to home, and I'll select this option here, and I'll say filter. Okay, so the first part of the question said, extracts only employees where their job description includes developer and who work more or less than their contracted hours. So in order to do that, once we've filtered it, okay, what we're going to do is, that's the question. So to get this question done here, okay, extract only employees job description includes the word developer. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go to here. I can do this two ways. I can either go here and type in star developer star, okay, which is like a like query, or alternatively what I can do, if you want to make it easy on yourselves, go to text, contains, and type in the word developer, press OK, and it gives you this. The next part of the question says whether job description to developer and who work more or less than their contracted hours. Now, the best way for me to do this is to use conditional formatting. Okay, so if it's the same, I want this column to show red. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to conditional formatting, new rule. Use a formula to determine which cells to format. Okay, so if this is the same as is equals to that, okay, remove the dollar sign. Oh, Z. Okay, something's gone wrong here. Let me start again. Format, new rule, contains that. Okay, and then we're going to say if that is equals to that, then okay, we are going to format the color red. Okay, and press OK again. So those are the same. That's fine. I'm going to go to copy. Okay, and I'm going to highlight all of these. I'm going to right click and I'm going to go to paste special and I'm going to select formatting. Okay, paste special, and I can't see formatting because I need to remove my dollar sign in this. So I'm going to go back to conditional formatting. I'm going to manage rules, okay, and I'm just going to remove this dollar sign here and this dollar sign here. Apply. Okay, and now if I copy and I try and paste that down, right click, paste special. Okay, there you go. I've got formatting, but I want it on this side. Okay, what I've got to do is go back to here and manage rules. Okay, escape, format. Actually, I could have done it for all of those. I'm just going to highlight all of these. Format, manage rules. Okay, is equals to this one on this side. Okay, I'm just going to remove the dollar sign of these as well. Apply. Okay, that didn't work. Okay, so I'm going to do this bit again for you, okay, just to show you what I did because I messed it up a little bit. So I'm going to go to conditional formatting. I'm going to just clear the rules from the entire sheet just to be safe. Then I'm going to go to a new rule. Okay, use a formula to determine which cells to format. So I'm going to type in equals F18 is equal to E18, then format it to red. Okay, okay, so can you see it's gone red? Okay, then I'm going to right click, copy, I'm going to highlight it all the way down, right click, paste special, and this time, okay, I'm going to choose formatting, which is over here, and you can see all the others have gone red. Excellent. Okay, now I'm going to go to the filter tool. I'm going to filter by color, and I'm going to pick out the ones which are not colored because those are the ones I'm looking for, and that gives me these. Okay, and that is the best method to do this particular style of question. So that's that done. Okay, source this data into ascending order of name. So I'm going to go to name, and I'm going to go to A to Z, like so. Let's put Anthony Campbell at the top. Then it says print only this extract showing the values. Make sure the print fits out on a single page. Contents are fully visible. Okay, and I think that's pretty straightforward in what you've done before. Okay, so I'm not going to demonstrate that. And it says save and print your evidence. Easy peasy. Make sure you enter your on your evidence document, and we did that right at the start. Okay, so just to finish this off, let me just do this properly. Okay, print out this extract showing the values. I wasn't going to do it, but I might as well show people. Okay, so if I wanted just this bit, I'm going to highlight it. I'm going to go to File. I'm going to go to Print. Okay, that's the area I want to print. Let me just check. I've got everything. Yep, I have. File, print. Okay, does it specify? So I can print that by single page. All the contents are fully visible. Okay, make sure that you've entered your name on the extract showing the values. Okay, so again, just make sure my name is there, my candidate number is there, and I will click on print, and that would be it. And that is the end of this paper. Thank you for listening, and I hope you can follow this paper properly. Good luck.